Hey guys, I am working on this little dino that I'm making for a baby shower this weekend, and I've already made the head and I've made the body. I went ahead and secured the head to the body with some large bobby pins like this. I made sure that he was straight, and I'm just going to attach the body to the head now, and I'm just using my shorter yarn needle because I feel like it's easier to get the stitches with this little yarn needle. Okay, so I just finished the little tail for my little triceratops, my little dino. So what I'm gonna do is just pin this and put a little stuffing in it so that it's ready to sew on. And what I'm doing is I just tuck the tail of the yarn all the way down in there, and then I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of stuffing in it and start to pin it, and then finish stuffing it once I get it pinned mostly into place. So I just stuffed like the inside, like far part of it, and then it just goes on the back. So what I normally do is I'll set him on my leg. You can do it on the table too. Sometimes I'll do it on my ottoman if it's close enough, but I have it pushed back today so because I'm filming. And then what I do, actually let me pin it and then I'll show you so that I don't move it. So I set it on my leg so that I can make sure that the bottom of the body and the tail are flat. So that he'll sit right, so that he'll sit right when it's down on a surface. I'm gonna use my big bobby pins again and pin him a couple of times here. And I'll show you what else I was doing in order to get it kind of in the right spot. And I always like to pin it first and let go, because then I can really check everything. So the other thing I do is I kind of tip him forward and I see his eyeballs, like where his eyes are, and I try to make sure that if I put a line, like an imaginary line down the back, that his tip of his tail and his eyeballs will be like, it'll be centered. So that's what I was doing when I was tilting it like this towards my face. And I actually think he's just slightly over one stitch far here. So I'm going to twist him just a hair. And then look at him again. So then you tip him and make sure that his tail and his eyes look like they're all centered. And then make sure you set him on something hard. Here, I'll show you on I have one of my eye cases here. So if I wanted to set him on something, you want to make sure that he's going to sit flush with the case or whatever you've got him setting on, something hard. Okay, I am going to hit another time lapse, and I'm going to sew this little tail on really quick. I went ahead and sewed around the edge here, and I left this little hole right here open because I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of the stuffing in there before I close it up all the way. I'm going to go ahead and push this in here. And I like to do the tails quite a bit, like make sure they're pretty full because they help the dinosaur sit up. So see, I stuffed it and it's kind of holding it open a little bit, but once I put the stitches in, it'll hold it, it'll push it back down. So I'm going to see where my last stitch was right here. And I'll show you guys how I do this. Everybody does it just a little bit different. Let me tilt you down just a hair here. I just catch a stitch next to where I'm going to catch my piece. So I catch a stitch and pull it through, and then I come up and I go down through the piece and pull it tight. And then it just makes this really nice seam around the edge. So I'll do the same thing. I just catch a stitch just right next to it. Tuck my stuffing back in just a hair there. And then I catch my piece. Continue doing this. I've got like 4 stitches left, I think, here. So you just kind of go through, then down through. And you can see that my piece is raveling a little, but it's raveling down here on the end, so that's okay. It won't affect the part that you're sewing on. That's going to be fed through and then cut off on the end, like I said earlier. And then when I get to the last stitch, I go through the stitch really well. Make sure that there's no gaps, no holes. You can kind of tug on the tail a little bit and see if there's any stitches left that you missed. And then I like to go back down in and go to the bottom of the tail under the base here and pull that yarn through. And that's where I'm going to tie it off. That way, if it makes like a little bump or something, you're not really going to notice because it's underneath the tail. I'm going to pull back through, tighten that up a little bit, and then I'm going to feed the yarn through a couple of times and cut the end off. Okay, so now I have to go to town. I have to take my father-in-law to physical therapy. So I'm going to tuck him and my yarn and a couple of things into a pencil case and pop them into my yarn bag. And I'm going to take him with me to work in the car because I have to wait about an hour when I'm in there and then take him back home. So I'll hit a time lapse, pack my bag, and I'll take you guys with me. Okay, it might be a little bit noisy because I put my windows down because it's a little bit warm in here. It's actually, it says 54 and sunny right now, but our high today is 63, so it's going to get even warmer. And I don't want to keep the car running that long. So I just finished the frill for the top of his head. And I'm going to go ahead and pin it on. Okay, so that's what the little frill looks like. And I didn't leave a long enough light blue tail, so I'm just going to get another piece of blue and start it here, and then just crochet or attach it around, and then just hide it inside the body. Okay, so a few things. Crocheting in the car is hard because this is not my car, this is a rental car, and it's smaller than my car for sure, and I keep banging my arm on the armrest. But I did get his mane done, and I did get it connected, and it looks really good. And I think I'm going to work on the horns next because they're small. I didn't bring enough of the light blue. I should have known better to do both of his arms and both of his legs. So I may get some of them done, but not all of them. But this is how much I have done already. And this is the aftermath of crocheting in the car. You always get covered in fuzz, especially with this plush yarn. So yeah, I'm going to keep working, and I'll time lapse whatever piece I make next. Okay, I just finished his horns, and I went ahead and put them on. Okay, I finally finished my little Toby the Triceratops. Actually, I haven't finished him yet because I want to do the little toe details on him, like this one right here. I'm going to do the little toe details on him. But other than that, I've got him finally finished. I worked on him here. I worked on him in the car. I'm back here finishing him up. But he's finally cute. I'm going to go ahead and put his little toe things on, and then he'll be all finished up. Okay, now he's all done. Now he's got his little finger details or paw details, and he's all cute. Thanks for watching.